Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin sayyidina wa maulana Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain, amma ba'du. The honorable judges and all the audience. First of all, let's say many thanks to Allah who has given us chance and held together in this agenda. Salawat and salam are forgettable sent to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. In this chance, I will deliver my speech, and the title is How does Islam view the COVID-19 pandemic? Before I talk more, I want to introduce myself. My name is Putri Maya Fitriah. You can call me Putri. I'm from Muhammadiyah 10 Senior High School of Gresik. Dear my brother and sister, I have 3 main points to deliver my speech. Point 1, what the meaning is COVID-19? Point 2, the way Muslims are dealing with the pandemic. Point 3, how does Islam view the COVID-19 pandemic? Dear my brother and sister, do you know what the meaning is COVID-19? Well, COVID-19 is an infection disease caused by the coronavirus was recently discovered. And the coronavirus first came from Wuhan City, China. Dear my brother and sister, before I talk more, I want to tell 3 ways Muslims dealing with the pandemic. The first way is to be humble. The second is to think excessive consumption. The third, invest the science. In Indonesia, the first case of COVID-19 report on March 2nd, 2020, after WHO declaring COVID-19 a pandemic. All the activity, such as working and studying, are done in homes. However, the case of novel coronavirus keep growing. Dear my brother and sister, the increasing number of people infected recently every day makes most people feel anxious. However, in Islam, the COVID-19 pandemic has actually become an opportunity to draw on various kinds of great charities, not only worshiping God, but also kindness to fellow humans. As exemplified by the Prophet Muhammad SAW, during his time, there was a pandemic that infected many people. Meanwhile, due to the fact that pandemic cases here are still increasing, the government make a rule. There is quarantine. This rule is applied in some regions, and regional quarantine is not national policy option, but a number of cities have implemented it. It makes international flight from restricted in number of countries. Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia were among the countries have banned direct flight from China earlier in the pandemic. From the fact, the question is, how does Islam view the COVID-19 pandemic? So, as a precautionary measure, the apostle ordered not to home contact with sufferers or area. By the prophet, the concept regional quarantine is like application historical hadith by Bukhari, which means if you hear about an epidemic in an area, don't then enter it. Is an outbreak where you are, then don't have that place. Ladies and gentlemen, apart from the rule, I want to make a conclusion. Let's protect ourselves and our loved ones from COVID-19 by implementing small, meaningful things such as wearing a mask when leaving the house, using hand sanitizer, washing hands before and after doing activity outside the home. From the small thing, we can reduce the number of increases in COVID-19. Because This is not for me, but for us. I think that's all. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.